Good evening, I'm Isaiah Jacob with your sports update. The Blue Jackets head south to Dallas tonight for a matchup with the Stars. The Jackets are coming off a 3-2 win over the Lightning on Saturday. They are now 2-3 on the season. In Buckeye hoops, five-star senior Anthony Thompson committed to Ohio State earlier today, becoming the Buckeyes' highest-ranked men's basketball recruit since 2014. Thompson chose the Buckeyes over Indiana, Texas, and Michigan. The NBA regular season kicks off tonight at 7:30. The defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Houston Rockets. And then at 10, the LA Lakers host the Golden State Warriors. Tonight, the Lakers will be without LeBron as he is sidelined with a back injury. This update was sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download Behind the O in the App Store today. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Ring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's standing away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on a Tuesday. I'm Brandon Beam, hanging out with my guy, A-Ward Sports, Austin Ward. We got Isaiah behind the glass. Austin, happy Tuesday to you, my friend. Good to see you. What's happening?
It's a glorious Tuesday.
That is.
Off week number 2 Tuesday.
How about that?
Can't beat it.
No, you can't, especially coming off of a thrashing up in Badgerland on Saturday. Feeling pretty good. Weather was good. It was a good weekend.
I can't
Beautiful
believe
here.
how good the weather was, Beamer. I mean, I was like, oh, it's mid-October. This forecast is starting to look a little bit worse. We're going to be up in Madison. And on Saturday morning, we did see a little gray skies. There was a little precipitation coming down outside the hotel. I'm so, ooh, yeah. Feels a little Big Ten-ish out here.
Yeah, it does.
And then
Big Ten weather, baby. Football weather.
Then I parked, walked to Camp Randall, and was just dripping sweat. Like, what's going on? There's not a cloud in the sky.
And sunny.
It's like, what's happening out here? This isn't what it's supposed to be. But, and I think Luke Fickell probably would have wanted some rain because instead, Julian Sayin just got to go out and do whatever he wanted throwing the football.
That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun to watch. I know for me, it was fun to watch just on TV and to be able to get to listen to Paul and Jim talk about it. I can't imagine what it was like in person if you were there in the stands, if you made a weekend trip out of Madison, which I know that you and Murph and every person on the Ohio State beat is super high on the town of Madison. It's a bucket lister for me. And then you got to see Julian Sayin with probably his best game as a Buckeye.
I don't know. Is 36 for 42 for 393 and 4 touchdowns any good?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fine.
Oh, okay.
I think.
80% completion percentage. Is that good?
Won him freshman of the week.
Okay. Third and on the Heisman big board. Is that any good for somebody after 7 career starts?
I think so.
What he's doing is truly bonkers, Beam. I mean, it's hard to, we said this after Grambling in Ohio, like put this in perspective, what he's doing with his completion percentages, that against anybody and even against air, it is hard to be as accurate as Julian Sayin is, complete these passes. But he's doing this now week after week after week. He's doing it on the road. He's doing it against Big Ten caliber opponents. He's doing it against defenses that, you know, for all of the flaws and all the diminished talent that maybe is going on for the Badgers, they had shown a real pulse on defense through the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And he's just out there. It's like throwing a 10-yard out to Jeremiah for Julian Sayin is like a handoff. And maybe that's just the new running game.
The deep out route to Carnell was pretty impressive. There were a lot. Justin
the
and I.
Justin shot to Brandon Ennis out rolling to his right for the last touchdown. I mean, you could pick 10 throws. They're like, what's happening here? Where does this come from?
Justin Zwick and I were doing the postgame show on Saturday, and I'm like, pick your best throw. Pick your best throw from him today, because I think there's an argument and counter argument to each and every single one that he had. To your point, you could have picked 10 of them, and you would have been correct about whichever one you decided that was going to be his best throw of the day.
Yeah, he had one to Mylan Graham where I talked to a couple people on Saturday. It's like you can get complacent. You can take for granted how great the accuracy is, but it's not just that he's hitting his target every time. It's where he's putting it. It's like the throw, because somebody mentioned this to me with Mylan Graham. Julian Sayin is putting the football like in the visor of the receivers. They know where the football is. They can see it, and then they can start training their attention elsewhere, the hand-eye coordination and then the feet to get them down in bounds. We've seen Carnell Tate do this in every single game. And it's a lot of these toe-tapping, sideline catches, back of the end zone catch like Brandon Ennis's. They wouldn't be possible if they had to, extend the catch radius, or they didn't
contort
know
their body somehow,
where
right?
the football was going to be, or dive a different way. It is always in a spot where they can make that play. And so when you combine that level of accuracy from Julian Sayin with elite pass catching talent, that's the results you're seeing.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible what they're doing now. Second bye week on the horizon. We've got a great show lined up for you here this evening. Your biggest takeaways, Austin, from the Woody today. Ryan Day had a press conference a little bit earlier. You're going to hear from him. Coming up here at 6:30, live in studio, 10
Allegedly.
TVs. Adam King, he's going to join us maybe. He promised me earlier on when I saw him. Said I'm going to set my alarm for 6:28. That way I know to come in here. So Adam King's going to join us at 6:30. We'll go on the trail with Berm coming up here around 6:46. Biggest takeaways from Week 8 in college football with the College Football Pulse at 7 o'clock, and then we'll attempt to answer your questions of the day, Austin, around 7:17. And then we're going to get out of here at the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. Jackets in Dallas tonight to take on the Stars. That's an 8 o'clock start for them, so we're going to be out of here at 7:30. Other biggest takeaways from you in Madison, Wisconsin, Austin?
Yeah, Carnell Tate, I think people are paying more attention to him. And on the field, defenses are still paying a ton of attention to Jeremiah Smith. So that's opening up some of these opportunities. But I don't think that should take away anything from what Carnell Tate is delivering when the football does come his way. I think there were 8 NFL scouts that were going up to Camp Randall on Saturday. They were in the press box. They were not there to see anyone for the Badgers. I think it was pretty obvious that you're going to get an eye full of Carnell Tate and Caleb Downs and Davison Igbinosun and an opportunity. Carnell Tate made the most of that. Just one of his better games.
Reese.
Yeah, I mean, I want to believe that there's an amount of money that Ohio State can find in the couch cushions, NIL-wise, to bring back Arvell for another year, but he is playing his way so high up the draft boards that's probably going to be impossible. So you got to
just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it.
Right?
Is what I'm going to say.
Just enjoy the ride. Like, we're going to get 1 year of Arvell Reese as a starter, and every game for him has been stupendous. He is so fun to watch out there.
I think what you have to hope is if the price tag is getting out of reach for Arvell Reese, that you can devote those resources to Caden McDonald so that you don't just get 1 year of starts out of him at defensive tackle, because he's also playing at a super high level. And I know that Iowa accomplished this feat the week before, but going on the road and shutting out a Big Ten opponent is not easy. And you could tell how much it meant to Matt Patricia, to Larry Johnson, to Tim Walton, McCrary, James Laurinaitis talking to you guys on the postgame show. Like, those things are worthy of being celebrated. And the eruption on the Ohio State sideline, including from Ryan Day, as he nearly got wiped out by that hit from Aaron Scott. Like, it's cool to see Ohio State still find a lot of joy in that. And it goes back to something that Ryan Day said after practice on Wednesday last week, Beamer, that was like, don't get bored.
Yeah.
Which seems like a simple statement to make. And he's not just talking about games, and he's not just talking about the fourth quarter against Illinois where that game was away and they had their first lost focus moment of the season. Like, don't get bored with practice.
Teaching moment in a big win, though.
Don't take it for granted if you shut somebody out. Don't take it for granted if you beat somebody by 18 on the road that is a ranked opponent. Like, you celebrate all of that. That doesn't mean that you celebrate it to the level that the work is done. Because I know that today there was another Bloody Tuesday practice. They're gonna pull some guys out, and they don't have to get every rep for every starter during this off week. But I think that to me was an example of that. They were still, where the Wisconsin postgame press conference room is for the visiting media.
It's your favorite one in the Big Ten.
It's not my favorite. I don't complain about press box scenarios or working areas that often. I don't know why anyone would suggest that. Definitely not a press box snob. But where it was located, right next to Ohio State's locker room and in that hallway, it was pretty easy to just pop right out there and see what the vibe is, what the mood is. And they were
pretty good.
They were all really excited. Now, part of that is because the off week was coming and you got a chance to get away the following week. But a lot of it was guys slapping and dapping up Aaron Scott. That was great. And the defense was so thrilled by that, because they didn't want it to get away on the final drive. And by the way, kudos to Fick for not just kicking the field goal and trying to get some cosmetics on it, because I think that would have drawn a lot more boos than he was already receiving.
Yeah, they've got a lot to work on up there. And again, injury issues up there has really decimated Wisconsin since he's got there, and he hasn't had his quarterback, I want to say, for more than like either 8 or 9 games in the last 3 years, which is just crazy to think about. So they have their own issues, but you know what? It wasn't Ohio State's problem on Saturday. 34-0, you were feeling really good about yourself, and now you enter the bye week, second to last one of the season. After you come back, you got 5 games left to play. So all in all, pretty good. We're just right over the halfway point of the season, 7-0. You're the number 1 team in the country. Again, feeling pretty confident about them. Why is Matt Patricia's defense so successful this season? Coach Ryan Day, he's going to tell you next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
October is National Higher Education Month, and we are coming together to celebrate Ohio's excellent colleges and universities. Our campuses must be welcoming spaces for all learners to reach their full potential and grow as critical thinkers and future leaders. We must stand together to stand up for higher education in Ohio.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sportsball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in. Like Kubota BX and L-Series compact tractors that get the job done right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Find your local Kubota dealer at BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine out there, but a bit breezy. Temperatures in the low 60s on this Tuesday. We'll see increasing clouds and a couple of showers early tonight, then breezy and cooler for your Wednesday morning. Temperatures starting off in the low 40s. Back only to the mid-50s on Wednesday. Plenty of clouds and it will be windy with winds over 20 miles an hour. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
We here at The Fan believe there's no such thing as too much Ohio State coverage. You're locked into the Buckeye Show.
In the spirit of Halloween, it's next week actually, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations. You can learn how scary fast and how scary easy losing weight can be. For mine, I brought all the questions, and in the end, Awaken 180 was a no-brainer for me. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. The free consultations end October 31st. That's next Friday. Reserved by phone only, 844-346-1800. For more details and the number, you can visit awaken180weightloss.com. Scary easy with scary fast results. Austin, It is a Tuesday. Adam King's going to join us coming up here at 6:30.
Allegedly.
Berm is going to join us around 6:46.
Definitely.
Buckeye Hoops with some big news today. Before we get into that, why don't you fire a number at us, because we have 2 pairs of tickets to give away this evening. We'll do one now. We'll do one later to Ohio State's first game of the season coming up on Sunday. Exhibition against the Bobcats and Jeff Bowles and company over at the Shot. Fire a number at us, Austin.
5. The number is 5.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. If you're caller number 5, you get into Isaiah, you are going to be winning Skip Mossick's personal tickets.
Can't be better than that.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. So we'll do one
Do you
now.
get to sit next to him?
That would be a great
right there.
That would be a great
Courtside?
experience. They're not courtside; they're mezzanine, like mezzanine level. You know, because Paul and Ron like to have a little bit of an elevated view. And whenever you talk to them, whenever they're like on the scorer's table, they hate it.
Yeah,
they hate that view.
It's not the best vantage point.
They're up on their perch. You know, they're up on their perch. 614-821-9710. Get into Isaiah. Caller number 5. You're going to be walking away with a pair of tickets to go hang out with the Buckeyes on Sunday afternoon, which everyone's excited for. I was at practice last night. Austin, it was Student Appreciation Day. Took young Willie over there. Meredith went. It was all good. Saw Reimer. Reimer was over there. Adam King was over there. I'm sure we can talk to him about it. I got to see almost like zero practice. As you know, with a toddler, 2.5-year-old, we were running steps. We were out in the concourse. We were doing everything other than watching basketball.
How did they let you in? You're not a student anymore.
I am not a student anymore, correct.
You're like 10 years removed.
I am actually 10 years removed. I graduated in 2015, yeah.
You just showed like a 2015 Buck ID and got in there?
Yeah, come on. Let me in.
And they said, all right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good for you.
Pretty much. It was all good. They did have a rather large day today because Anthony Thompson committed to the Buckeyes hoops team today. It was a rather large get. 5-star prospect. It's the first 5-star since D'Angelo Russell in 2014. He is the 4th highest ranked commit of all time when you break down Buckeye basketball commits. So we can talk to Berm about that a little bit later on. We could pick Adam's brain on that, but rather large day for Jake Diebler and the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's been his calling card. That's his strength. Jake Diebler is building some of those relationships. We know that it's not just about that anymore.
Yep.
With high-end recruits, and certainly a player at this caliber with that high of a ceiling, with that elite of a recruiting profile. So the work's not done.
Nope.
You got to keep all that intact. And he's a good enough player that I think he could entertain some other options. I think look at that.
He had a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, not even just in college basketball, but the other professional avenues and the back doors to the NBA and all the other things that are going on. But kudos to the coaching staff. I think you have to give some credit to the fundraising.
Yep.
And making sure that everything is in place to make that offer competitive and good. And then, kudos to the player, because that everything is lining up here where if everything stays on that track, it could be something pretty special.
Yeah, again, Anthony Thompson, he's 6'8", 205 pounds, plays in Hudson. He is originally from Lebanon, which is down in the Dayton area. So good day for the Buckeyes on the hardwood. What were your biggest takeaways, Austin, from being over at the Woody today and Ryan Day's chance to speak here before they settle into the bye week?
Yeah, all business, as you might expect. And it's the age-old question, but it certainly applies to Ohio State right now, is how much rest do you need versus how many reps do you need for that next wave as they're building depth? Does Caleb Downs need to practice this week? He sure doesn't. Would it be better to keep, healing with Lorenzo Styles? Of course. Mm-hmm. So those things I think are pretty obvious, but there's some other ones where it's like, okay, yeah, if you have a competition ongoing at right guard, which there very much is one, and the door
snap.
Door is open for a change there. I'm lumping those together. Those are the two biggest takeaways, trying to figure out how healthy that team can be, how many other guys they need to bring along, because we're seeing, Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham at wide receiver starting to make an impact. Maybe you just let Jeremiah and Carnell cruise a little bit this week and see what you can build in terms of that rotation. And looked pretty great, by the way, when Carnell Tate was operating in the slot on that.
It looked pretty solid.
That first drive. And, so that was an accidental experiment that Brandon Ennis goes down with that, an injury briefly. So, all right, well, Quincy Porter, you're up here.
Mm-hmm.
Carnell, slide inside to the slot and see what happens. And
it worked out pretty good.
What happened was pretty good. And I wonder how much that will, factor into Ryan Day and Brian Hartline's thinking down the stretch. It's like, okay, if you think that you could get more out of Quincy Porter and Mylan Graham on the outside, and can you move around Jeremiah and Carnell, let them work in the slot? That's not a knock on Brandon Ennis. I still think really highly of what he's doing as an all-around player, as a blocker. He got a little bit of that momentum late on the touchdown catch from Julian Sayin to put that one away. But I think that, everything right now this week is going to be about Josh Padilla and Tegra Shabola, and understandably so. We've spent 7 games praising all of the high points that are going on for Ohio State. They're the best team in the country. They're the most talented team in the country. The resume looks pretty sparkling, and we're going to nitpick. That's what we do. And the run game hasn't looked phenomenal. There have been
not up to the standard, right?
No breakdowns. And Ryan Day's not sounding the alarm. He's not at any point hit the panic button. He's talked about the lack of explosives, and then he, on the other hand, will say, well, we're getting what we want, getting what's blocked up for, and we haven't schemed up the explosives with run game. And I've never really heard him put it in those terms, but he doesn't seem worried about it. But certainly today was, the starkest terms that he has put it in, that there are too many guys in the backfield, and there's only been one spot on the offensive line where Ohio State has rotated, and they've done it in every game. And so Josh Padilla, I think, for the first half of the season, it was Ethan Onyanwa coming in for Tegra Shabola, and now it's Josh Padilla. It certainly feels like you got two ships passing in the night right now with the direction that they're going. We'll see if that becomes an actual starting opportunity for Padilla against Penn State. It sure looks like they're trending that way.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the biggest takeaway from Saturday, watching it and noticing the flip-flops and that competition going on inside of the game. And then Isaiah West, a nice little game for him as well. So I know that Carlos Loughlin said at the beginning of the season in training camp, we got 6 guys who can be starting running backs, and we're 7 games into the season and got to see a lot of Isaiah West on Saturday. Here was Ryan Day talking about the defense and why it's been so wildly successful 7 games into Matt Patricia's tenure here with the Buckeyes.
We wanted to make sure we had the right guy that fit the room, because, when you talk about, Tim and McArary and James and Larry, you're talking about one of the best, in my opinion, the best defensive staff in the country. And we didn't want to just bring in somebody that was going to bring in their own guys. So that was the first thing. So I think chemistry is the first answer to your question. I think that the chemistry with the coaches and the chemistry with the players has been excellent. I think the next thing is we wanted to find somebody who could use multiple fronts and multiple defenses to put our guys in a situation to be successful. We're not the same group of guys we were last year. As you know, we lost a lot of guys. We had to replace them. And I think Matt's background of using multiple fronts and multiple defenses to put guys in situations to be successful is probably the next thing that he's done well. And then I think the ability of our players to buy into the system and also build the guys around them. So what I mean by that is, although we lost a lot of guys like Caleb Davison, Sonny, Arvell, Caden Curry, these guys who have played a lot of football, KJ, they were able to take some of the new stuff and communicate it to the guys around them to build confidence so that they can go put it on the field for some guys that hadn't played a lot of football. So I think all of those combined is why you're seeing the success we've had in the first half of the season. But the first half of the season is just prep for the rest of the run. And so we all got to look back on the first half of the season here, figure out the things that we've done well, and then figure out, where we may have tendencies. We always said that, good offense and defenses have tendencies, but we got to make sure we're ahead of it and that we're not getting nailed down. So all things we're working on this week.
Now, you're always self-scouting during the bye week, during the off week for sure. I think he hit on something very important in that first part of the answer where he's talking about the buy-in out of the veterans on this team and some of these guys who we didn't see start a game before Austin in this season as it got started. I think that's critical thing number one is buy-in from your players, because once they start believing, you're at Ohio State for a reason, right? Once they start believing that they can play in this defense and it's actually working in their favor, and I'm not having to maybe push a cart up a hill, I'm being able to identify what's going on. I feel confident. I feel fast. And then you get real life experience of this happening during game days that, it is working. It's not just in practice, like we're going out there and we're kicking people's butts. I think then you see that leap to what this defense has become now at this juncture 7 games in.
Yeah, even last year for the nation's best defense that was stocked full of veterans that had Jim Knowles in year 3, like I don't know that buy-in had happened at this point.
Yeah,
in
agreed.
fact, I'm very confident that it had not. What were we talking about during improvement week number 2 last year? It was immediately on the heels of Oregon. There was a buzzword. Do you remember it, Beamer?
The buzzword?
Re-engineering of the defense.
I do remember that now. Yeah, the DBs were having a tough time during that improvement week last year.
But so was the front, because there was no pressure at all against Oregon. And pass rush and coverage, I'm told that they worked together, and they were not in sync. They were not in tandem. And I think that the difference down the stretch was A, buy-in from players, but then B, the coaching staff that was getting more on the same page. And, there's friction that comes with that. Ryan Day addressed that head on. Jim Knowles didn't seem to want to talk about it that openly and push back on it to some respect, but we all know that it existed. And really,
there was a lot of stuff going on last year.
A lot
of things.
But so I don't want to take credit away from Jim Knowles. That's not my intent here. I'm not. This is not revisionist history. But since day one, when Matt Patricia got here, in the way that he has related to the players, but more importantly, arguably, the way that he has fit in, and Ryan Day alluded to this with not bringing in, your own guys, as Matt Patricia did, and working with Larry Johnson, James Laurinaitis, and Matt Guerrieri and Tim Walton, 4 very, very good coaches who had things that worked and produced a national championship a year ago as part of that staff. Like, Matt Patricia had to buy into some of that. He comes with all this knowledge from the Patricia tree, and he's got the coaching Bible, and he's got all of this, everything that he can dream up.
Ticonderoga pencil.
Everything else.
Got it.
Like, there has to be buy-in from the coaches that were here. There had to be buy-in from the coaches that came in, and then there had to be buy-in from the players on top of that. And all of them have, because you cannot produce the results that Ohio State is getting right now without that.
10 TV's Adam King reportedly joins us in studio coming up here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day. My sinks gurgle, they barely drain. The toilet overflowed. I plunge all day with no luck. What's wrong with this commode?
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Come on over to Heartland and and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
All Buckeyes, all the time. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out here on a Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's having a great evening. You can always watch the show. Chime in live on YouTube. Go to 971 The Fan. Like and subscribe, too. That's where you can find Austin and Berm. Berm's going to join us coming up here in our next segment.
Do you know what else you could find on a Tuesday on 97.1 The Fan's YouTube channel?
Adam the King, who is currently here. Adam,
Talking Tuesday.
Talking Tuesday.
Why are you so low in that
The chair just started to go down, and I was like, all right, I'm along for the ride. Here we go.
If you're watching on the stream, look at this little boy who's decided to join us in the studio.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me on. Very excited.
Adam got to hold Willie yesterday.
I did.
Over at
Got
Buckeye
to hold
practice.
his son. It was a beautiful
You gotta
moment.
be careful with the way you phrase that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's yes. Willie's is William's his name?
Yeah, William.
I got to hold William.
Yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
He was a little skeptical of Adam for the first hour. Or so.
He looked at me as if he knew something about me that I didn't know about myself.
That's not the way Liberty acts around you.
No, Liberty and I get along amazing. But yeah, little Willie, he looked at me like, I know what you did.
Yeah.
And until you apologize, I refuse to look at you. And then one
was
minute,
like looking straight through Adam. It was a nasty, vicious look.
But
Did he call you Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
That's a great story. That I live in a world of just happiness and rainbows. So I told Austin, I'm like Willy Wonka, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I just believe the best in
I don't know if
everyone.
he necessarily lived that life until he got the golden ticket. That was a pretty rough go for Charlie.
Well, I think the bigger
4 grandparents just sleeping in the living room.
Well, the worst part, and nobody ever talks about it. Grandpa Joe
you could have got out of bed anytime you wanted to.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe gets up and starts dancing. Why don't you go get a job, big guy?
What a bum.
Yeah.
Got Charlie's mom out there just scrubbing the laundry
just hustling.
all night long.
Hustling.
Yeah, I mean,
for 1 bar of chocolate.
And he's like, oh, I get to go have a gobstopper? Watch me do some tap dancing. You're like, all right, Grandpa. I will say, randomly, his son turned to me yesterday, was watching practice, and he goes, and he just puts his arms in the air. And I felt as if we just fought. I was like, whatever it was, he was like, all right, I'm ready for this dude to allow me to dunk a basketball. And then we just didn't get to dunk a basketball because there were actual basketball.
Yeah,
things
it was shortly after he almost ran onto the court during practice.
You know what I learned yesterday is Beam's an awful father, and we need to really dive into that.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Yeah,
to that point.
Yeah,
taking my son to a Buckeye basketball practice.
Thanks, Charlie Bucket.
Yeah, I'm a very optimistic person.
It's very pessimistic of you.
No, it was. I loved it. I thought that whole thing was pretty cool. There were a lot of fans there.
Yep.
Deebs has a full-on beard now.
No.
Yes, and I love it.
Do you think he went to Ryan Day and was like, what do I need to do to take the next step?
1,000%.
Yes, that was exactly what I thought when I saw it. And what I like is it's definitely got the grays sprouting out.
Oh, he's got salt and pepper for sure.
And every one of them just tells a different story. Like, one gray is him waiting on that recruitment from today, and now it's turned back to its normal color. Like I think he's gonna win a national title this year with that beard. I think that's the only option.
That was pretty lofty.
Well, just to be clear, it's not because of the team.
It's just because of the beard.
The magical powers of the beard.
Yeah, that's what happens. You are an assistant coach here. You grow a beard.
Huh? Good things
get the
happen.
head coaching job. You win a national title. Those are the
It
expectations.
did take about 5 years of the beard before that happened, though.
I looked at a picture of Ryan Day without a beard the other day.
It's weird.
There's one up. The brand new, remodeled Olentangy River Roosters opens to the public on Thursday.
How was that?
It was awesome. We were in there for the live show on Monday, and the place looks fantastic. It'll be open by the Penn State game if you're looking for somewhere to go before the game next Saturday. But in the hallway, outside of the private room and on the way back to the bathroom, there is a photo of beardless Ryan Day, and it's like that's Photoshop.
Is that when he was a coordinator?
That's not a real.
When,
the first
when he coached in the Fiesta Bowl, against Clemson, he didn't have a beard.
He did the first year.
I gotta look it up now.
I know
it's a true story.
My mind doesn't recall him without a beard.
Sight.
It's a true story,
and there are just some people that look better with beards. Austin, you shaved at one point. I can't remember when it was, and I remember thinking, "What has this man done?"
Yeah, get him out of here.
Yeah, no, it's a strange look. He can't be trusted. To keep the beard. He's got to keep the beard.
Yeah. How are you enjoying that?
It's strange. It's a strange look.
Can you grow a beard?
Me? No. This is like 2 weeks of no shaving. Can you? You're on TV, so even if you got the shadow, you got to clean it up.
Yes. I can't grow a beard, but I sometimes try on vacations, and then everybody around me says, please, whatever you're doing.
You got the blonde facial hair?
Well, I got it. It like goes into itself. It's like weird. It doesn't grow out. It just looks like, oh, what's going on with that guy's? Why does that 12-year-old have like a makeshift beard? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I've never been able to grow facial hair. How was your weekend up in Madison? I heard you and Austin were running around because there was no berm there.
There was no berm.
Who told you that?
It was berm was in timeout. Is what we've decided.
You got to stop saying that.
No.
People think you say it enough, people are going to really believe it.
Berm had a wedding, and understandably that was important. So yeah, Austin and I
not his.
Congratulations, Berm. I know you're waiting on hold here, but we had a great time. It was delightful. I had some spotted cow beer.
Now, wait a minute. There's something that has to be discussed about us hanging out. How long did it take you to get to the brewery on Friday night? And what time did you tell me you were going to be there?
Okay, so I have this thing. It's called Adam King time.
Oh, it's like Buckeye time on the Buckeye Cruise.
And just to be clear, it's not that I am lying to you about my time.
It was a lie.
It is that I am beyond optimistic.
Before you go any further, let me ask you this. How many minutes are you typically late to something?
Boy.
Like if you had to average it out.
Well, it
because I'm always a 15 to 10 early guy.
Okay,
like that's how I
operate. Are we
operate.
meeting for dinner? Like, is it a work thing? Like, work thing,
no,
I'm on time or I'm early. We're just chilling?
All three of us are going out to dinner somewhere.
I'm 5 minutes late, big guy.
That's not too bad.
But here's the thing. I was confident in my ability to get my work done.
If it had been 5.
That's fine. That's nothing.
Cool.
I said, Austin, on the way, big guy. I'm here I come. An hour later.
Oh, no.
Still not there an hour later.
And here's the best part.
Will you order me food? And the waiter's
like the drywall people at my house today.
It's like, this guy's not actually coming. I'm not going to take the order for this person. I don't think he's real. And I say, I don't blame you. And it was still another half hour after that.
Was it just you and him?
Me, Spencer, and Mick Walker were already there. We're waiting for Grant and Adam to show up. At first, because he calls me and he says, because I'm leaving the other breweries. Like, you go on. Does that place have food? Great, yeah.
We just needed food. We hadn't had food all day. We just wanted food so bad.
We're gonna walk, no crust.
We're going to walk there.
Whatever.
We're going to walk there. We're walking from the one brewery to the next. We'll be there in 15 minutes. Oh, great. Perfect. We'll meet you there. Okay. We're there. 15 minutes has passed. We have to wait half an hour for the table.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wait another hour for the King and Grant to show up.
90 minutes?
I think you should. This gives it a better.
90 minutes late, just don't show up. It's pointless.
This gives it better context. When I texted Austin, I remember being like, "Oh, this is perfect." Like, we had got a head start on the 11 o'clock stuff, so I was like, "This is great." Oh, Louisville, Miami are kicking off. I can't wait. We'll get to watch that game. When we got there, they were headed to halftime.
What happened?
I don't know.
If you text them and say, I'm on the way, and then it's an hour and a half, that's
changed the plans a little bit because we wanted to do a hit inside of the Wisconsin Stadium for Friday. We thought it would look cool. Then we wanted to take, we just wanted to get, I was in a suit. I wanted to get out of the suit. And then
I wanted to go to two different places before we showed up to this one.
My favorite part of the whole thing is I'm like, okay, we're chugging along. And the traffic was so bad. It was almost comical to the point where I am shaking my head at Grant, like, what are we going to do? And then a train just pulls. I'm like, this is karma. This is karma. And so the worst part was I didn't know that Austin was, I thought he was kidding when he said the server won't take your order. So I'm like, Grant, we're going to sit down and there's going to be 2 cheeseburgers, some nachos ready for us.
Was he lying?
The server wouldn't order it.
So
no,
wouldn't take it. He's not coming.
Nope.
And someone's going to have to pay for that, and I'm not doing it.
No.
No
And
way.
so I got there and I was like, please, sir, as fast as you can make a burger. He's like, how do you want it? I'm like, I don't even need it cooked. Just bring me
not spit on.
Bring me out a cow.
Fine.
Bring me the cow.
A spotted cow and a live cow.
Does that live up to the hype? The New Glare spotted cow?
No.
Never had one.
No.
No?
Yeah, 100% it does.
No.
It's one of the best beers in America.
I believe Austin.
Don't let Austin. Here's the thing.
I brought back. I'm not.
This is
I'm kidding. I brought back 180 beers from Wisconsin.
For the listeners, they're not all for him.
Most of them are for me, but not all of them are. So I'll make sure.
Did you fly or did you drive?
No, I drove with.
Can you imagine? I didn't know.
Because last 2 years
I
ago,
don't know the
flew
etiquette
up,
on that.
2 years, I flew up and went to New Glarus on Friday. And he's like, I can't bring anything home.
Is it in Madison, the brewery?
It's like 30 minutes outside.
Okay.
And everyone wanted. It's like, oh, you're driving? I'm like, yeah, I'm driving. We're gonna drive. Well, Spencer drove. I'm riding. I'm gonna pick up the hotel, and then we're gonna have a rental car so I can bring back as much beer as fits in the back of this car. And that's exactly what I did. So I gladly
180 beers. Nice.
I went at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And I sent this picture out to like Allie. I said, nothing like going before work to buy 140 beers.
I just like to imagine this was Saturday morning.
Pre-game tailgate.
This guy's like, goodness gracious, these are partying people. And then Austin didn't get a sip of it.
One of Wisconsin's backup quarterbacks' parents were at this same grocery store. And I walked over and I took every cold 24 pack of Spotted Cow they had out. And they're like, oh, you guys must not be from here.
No, we're not.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
What gave it away?
Sorry, there's no more left for you.
And then he shook the parent's hand and he said, I just want to apologize about Arvell Reese. I want to apologize about Arvell Reese. And he left.
Yeah. And that was the end of that. So I have some Spotted Cow that you can try because you've never had it, apparently.
I have never had it.
It's fine.
Oh my
it's a very good
I'll
beer.
I'll have to decide for myself.
It's a very good beer. But when someone sells you on the fact that you are going to have a life-changing experience with a beer.
But you just can't get it here. That's the thing.
That's, you know what? That is the marketing.
All you drank was cider.
Okay, now hold on. Easy.
There's nothing wrong with the cider, Adam.
It's fall.
But I brought back the last 5 ciders that you didn't drink. Allie said they're delicious.
I don't know if you can be the one calling a beer overrated if you're a cider guy.
I am a beer guy. I like a good beer, but I just when it's with anything. It's like if I sell you on, hey, when you go to Seattle, you have got to try this coffee shop that's called Starbucks. You've got to try it. You've got to wait in line. And then you get in there and you're like, yeah, no, it's good. It's coffee. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
I was bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Yeah.
We invited you to a brewery that you showed up to an hour and a half late, and then you ordered a cider.
You chose to be friends with me. That's on you. That's your fault.
I think you chose violence. You chose violence.
I think the amount of people that I know that are listening to this right now going, oh, Austin just got the King experience.
The full Adam King experience.
Because again, it's not that I'm lying. It's that I just genuinely
It's not a lie if you believe it.
It's exactly
true.
Like,
facts.
I think I can morph time. Like, I'll be an hour away, and my mom will be like, hey, we're going here. And I'll be
Doctor Strange?
I'm like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And I get in the car, I load up. I'm like, here we go. And then I plug it into my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, that place is an hour and 48 minutes away.
I won't be there in 20 minutes. Adam,
sorry.
Always appreciate you coming in.
Hey,
I'll have a Spotted Cow. We can have this conversation next week, okay?
That sounds good.
Goodbye.
Hey, enjoy Disney.
Thank you. I will.
Send pics.
I will.
As a Disney adult.
No.
From one Disney adult to another.
That is correct. Jeremy Birmingham, he's going to join us next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Do you feel the nip in the air? Oh, baby, people think summer's driving season. They're wrong. You spend more time in your car this time of year taking your dirty, annoying kids to dirty, annoying things. Go see my friends at Germain Lexus. They have special rates as low as 4.49% on their most popular models, including the 2026 TX350. Lease a 2026 96NX for as low as $449 per month. And if new isn't your thing, they have plenty of L certified inventory on the lot. Stop in and see them. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Modern Office Methods, your authorized Rico dealer, can help your business optimize your print production with a competitive advantage. Our digital printing options will expand the type of paper and substrates from what your business can print on today. Add variable data capability, which allows for personalization of catalogs and mailers, and the ability for short-run label printing, which allows your business to print high volumes of custom labels quickly and on demand. Want to learn more? Start with a print assessment at momnet.com. Why risk it? You can count on Mom.
Around here, it's all or nothing. And Toyota's got more all-wheel drive choices than anybody. Now through November 3rd, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corolla gas models. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $209 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Buckeye fans, this is for you. Level up with the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Ohio State sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off select gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeyes MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Fox tonight. It's a night of murder and mystery. First, a new case unfolds on murder in a small town.
What do we got?
Looks like a body dump gone wrong.
That could be our crime scene.
Then, on an all-new dock,
Did something happen?
tensions rise and secrets emerge.
Your father filed an HR complaint against Dr. Lurs. And a week later, he was gone.
Something's not adding up.
You open the door. I need to know what's on the other side.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio, but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Are we drinking the scarlet and gray Kool-Aid? You bet we are. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Austin Ward tonight. Hopefully everybody's Tuesday is going nice and swell here on this fine evening. Let's go on the trail, check in with Berm.
The best kind of power is star power. Let's go on the trail.
Right now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with our great friend. He is Jeremy Birmingham. Berm, how was your wedding Saturday in not Madison, Wisconsin?
It was good. It was actually Friday. I want to be clear about that. It was a Friday evening wedding, and I know people question, like anybody who would have a fall wedding, but I want to be clear. My niece did schedule the wedding for this past weekend at a time when Ohio State was supposed to be off this past weekend. They changed the schedule.
They didn't change the schedule. That's the problem I had. This is not a year where the schedule changed. You said that last week.
Yeah,
just say it with confidence, Herb. Say it with confidence.
Yeah, it changed. It changed 100%. It changed, and that's fine. The wedding was a nice Friday night wedding. Beautiful ceremony, beautiful reception, lots of good times, a lot of fun. Got to watch an Ohio State game at home with all of my brothers for the first time in quite some time, and it was good. Now we get an off week, and we get a chance to just recalibrate, reassess where things are, and it's pretty good for Ohio State because they're the best team in the country.
That's how I know you mean it when you said that is your favorite niece, because this schedule was never changed.
Well, it's fine, but I'm pretty sure it changed.
The non-conference did, but not the Big Ten schedule.
I thought the weekends changed. I thought they maneuvered the dates.
Berm, I'm just glad that you had a great time at your niece's wedding, and I was all for you going there and doing that. So I'm glad that you had a good time. Hey, before we talk some Buckeye football, Buckeye basketball today, big commitment. Anthony Thompson, 5-star recruit, plays in Hudson. He's from Lebanon. It's the highest ranked recruit for the Buckeye basketball team since 2014, and D'Angelo Russell. I was reading Mick's piece a little bit earlier today on Letterman Row, but it is a rather large get for Jake Diebler and the gang over there.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man, where you have to have players like that to get players like that. And, now the challenge for Diebler, of course, is getting to that season where you have a pair of top 30 overall signees in the class with Marcus Johnson and now Anthony Thompson. And you hope that you're building the foundation for other guys to join the fold, join the fray. But now the Buckeyes have to go out and improve and win some games this year to make sure that Jake Diebler has the momentum that he needs for when that class arrives between Alex Smith and Marcus Johnson and Thompson. You've got 3 really good players signed in the class of 2026, and now you can start to build for the future. But you have to get that guy on campus and let him do the things that he does and let him play a style of basketball that is going to excite other players like him. And that's how you start the ball rolling about, getting that level of player back in Columbus.
So Ohio State's got that off week that you mentioned back on the football field, Burn. Coaches had an opportunity on Monday. They'll have more chances to get on the road this weekend, Friday, see some evaluations in person. What's the priority you think right now for this Ohio State coaching staff?
I think it's really knocking out the pecking order with the offensive line in the class of 2026. They have 5 current commitments, but they're still looking to add 1 or 2 on the offensive line because there's a potential for some attrition in the current class with players that may end up elsewhere. So, on Monday, Tyler Bowen was in Virginia, saw a couple of 2027 players down there, but he also saw a 2026 South Carolina commitment, Darius Gray, who's a borderline 5-star offensive guard. He's maybe one of the most physical and most impressive camp performances we've seen by an offensive lineman at Ohio State in the last decade. He's been committed to South Carolina since August, but South Carolina's already fired their offensive line coach. There's questions about Shane Beamer. So it's really just doing some maintenance, making sure that everyone is happy where they are. I know Heather Dinich wants to make sure of that herself. James Laurinaitis was in Georgia. He offered a new 2026 linebacker, a 6'5", 200-pound kid named Braxton Rambert. He's all-state basketball player, 80-inch wingspan, one of those kind of freak athletes that you look at and you're like, oh, I wonder what that would be like at linebacker for Ohio State in 3 years.
Is he Arvelian?
Ooh.
He has some of the similar traits. He's about 200 pounds right now, so not into the 240 range like Arvell, but Arvell wasn't in that range until the last year. So that's really a priority. The Buckeyes would love to take advantage of some of the turmoil around the country, especially at Penn State. Tyler Bowen is expected to see Kevin Brown, who's a top 60 offensive lineman, a top 60 overall player, on Friday. He just decommitted from Penn State, so it's one of those things where the Buckeyes have a level of stability to showcase and to try and sell to recruits that most people in the country just don't have, and now you got to take advantage of it.
We got Berm with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Any of these recruiting tentacles spreading down to Gainesville and the news that Billy Napier got fired the other day, Berm?
Not really. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a sign of maybe how far Florida has fallen under Billy Napier, it's that the Buckeyes really don't have any interest in any of their commits. There are certainly some guys on their roster that the Buckeyes recruited, especially freshman and wide receiver Vernell Brown. He's been really good for Florida this year. He's one of the few guys that Brian Hartline's ever really wanted that he didn't get. So we'll see what happens there. I think the most interesting thing is, in the state of Florida, we saw the Florida State admin come out on Sunday, Monday, or whatever day it was, and say that they're not doing anything now, but like the expectation is that they still may very well make a move at the end of the year with Mike Norvell, and so you're going to see a lot of things open up. And again, with Ohio State, like they have 22 commitments right now. They're not going to have room for a whole lot more, so they need to be pretty careful about how many tentacles they put out there and exactly how many more spots they have to fill, because you don't want to get into the habit of dumping guys this late in the process to try to upgrade. It's not really the way Ohio State wants to operate.
Hey, before we get you out of here, what do you got planned for the bye week? Anything fun? Traveling, or are you just kicking it?
Wife and I are deciding if we're going to go down to watch the Bengals and Jets on Sunday, which, so no, nothing fun. But
ask Woody Johnson how that was going today.
We do have some, affection for those ragtag bunch of Tigers down there, so we might do that, but we'll see.
You're the world's biggest Joe Flacco guy. How are you not going to go support him? I
mean, let's be honest. Are you ready to publicly apologize about your Joe Flacco versus Jake Browning takes or not?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
It sounds like a staunch no.
Will say that you were correct. It is better than Jake Browning. You were correct.
Yeah, by light years. But anyway, no, we'll find out. We're hoping the weather holds up. You gotta. It's that weird time of the year when you got to take care of the honeydew list around the yard. You
got to take care of yourself, man. You're run down.
Well, I mean, I do got a little rhinovirus happening, but that happens when you celebrate the weekend, in close proximity to a bunch of bunch of people having festivities,
A bunch of what?
A bunch of Festivus goers? That's what I heard.
There's a ton of Festivus going on, guys, and you got to really be willing to dive into that when people are dancing around the Festivus pole.
Firm, always appreciate the time. Feel better. Enjoy the Bengals game maybe on Sunday, and we'll check it again maybe next week.
Well, that won't make me feel better no matter what. But enjoy the night. Goodbye, guys.
There he goes. Jeremy Birmingham with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Biggest takeaways after Week 8 in college football coming at you next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Hey Buckeyes, I'm John Chabot with Surest, a digital-first health plan designed to make healthcare simple and affordable right here in Ohio. At Surest, we believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a VIP opportunity through our small business sweepstakes. Winners will be recognized on the sideline at an Ohio State home football game. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Surest. That's SUREST. Surest, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan.
Good evening, I'm Isaiah Jacob with your sports update. The Blue Jackets head south to Dallas tonight for a matchup with the Stars. The Jackets are coming off a 3-2 win over the Lightning on Saturday. They are now 2-3 on the season. In Buckeye hoops, 5-star senior Anthony Thompson committed to Ohio State earlier today, becoming the Buckeyes' highest-ranked men's basketball recruit since 2014. Thompson chose the Buckeyes over Indiana, Texas, and Michigan. The NBA regular season kicks off tonight at 7:30. The defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Houston Rockets, and then at 10, the LA Lakers host the Golden State Warriors. Tonight, the Lakers will be without LeBron as he is sidelined with a back injury. This update was sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download Behind the O in the App Store today. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The best damn radio show in the land. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hour number 2 for us here on a Tuesday. Coming up in our next segment, we'll attempt to answer some of Austin's questions of the day, and we'll be giving another pair of Ohio State basketball tickets for their exhibition coming up Sunday against Jeff Bowles and the Bobcats. So we got that to look forward to, which is great. Austin, let's do a little college football pulse, shall we?
Let's do it.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Now, the best part about getting to do the show on Tuesdays, you like my mix there? It was not good.
Beamer on the remix.
Well, I don't have two sliders over here where I can fade one thing. So we just...
DJ Khaled.
We just kicked it off anyways. Love doing the show on Tuesdays because we get to do our biggest takeaways before we get into anything. You and I currently, we've got NFL Network on one screen in the studio. We also have ESPN on another screen. And apparently on the NFL Insiders, Ryan Day is going to join them. I don't know if this was earlier in the day or if this was live.
He should be on the other show, which is a college football show.
Which is a college football show. It's a playoff projection that they're doing. The real rankings of like the college football playoff rankings don't get released for another 2 weeks. All right.
November 4th. Set your calendars.
But we're projecting the playoffs using the AP poll right now. And I looked at you and I'm like, you don't even need to project it because you can just spit out the rankings of what they are. There's no projections. You were just taking your made up format and cramming them into another format that already exists.
ESPN, which was making way, way too much out of the nonsensical, also projections, but they were using the committee projections of what the rankings were going to be and then turning this into a show from the middle of October all the way till the end of the year and getting everybody worked up with the insane brackets and indefensible decisions. They're like, you know what? This content is too good. Let's get 2 weeks in advance of this and let's just see what.
Because next week isn't like, it's like a practice run, right?
Well, I mean,
I don't know what this is. I have no clue.
The practice run was that they had to start the show for 5 minutes explaining how the bracket worked. I'm
telling you, man, it took me at least until week 10 last year to figure out what the heck was going on with the playoffs.
Well, you won't believe it, but number 1 is Ohio State, guys.
Yes, good.
So, and they're actually like slow rolling the full thing. Like, you already know what the AP poll is.
Beamer and I are looking for more than 24 hours.
It's been out since Sunday. Now
48 hours.
Here's what it'll look at. Oh, but who could be number 6? I don't know. Oh, it's Oregon. Whoa.
The Ducks are in. They're in the playoffs.
They're in. That's 3 Big Ten teams in the top 6. Booger.
Wow.
What do you think?
What about the SEC?
And then they're even going to the highlight packages. Like, can't they just do this in the green room at ESPN in Bristol somewhere? Like, why are they sending it out to the world?
I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, that's what we're watching. We'll keep you up to date with what Ryan Day says on NFL Network,
please.
So we're doing fake projections for brackets here in the 3rd week of October.
Unbelievable.
And again, the rankings aren't released until November 4th. Austin, what were your biggest takeaways of the college football slate? I thought Miami was back. I thought the U was back.
Is it not?
And then I was watching that on Friday evening, and Miami suffered their first loss of the season to Louisville, 24-21.
As you might have heard in hour number 1 of the Buckeye Show, there were some beverages consumed on Friday, and I just kept predicting, Carson Beck's going to throw another pick here. Maybe it was a lot of
threw 4 of them.
Liquid confidence. I don't know, but he was backing that up. And that final pick, I was like, this is too much.
Did you see what he said after the game?
The last one when he threw his receiver under the bus?
Yes.
The miscommunication?
Yes.
What about the other 3, Carson?
During his post-game press conference, he's like, receiver ran the wrong route. I threw a pretty good ball. I'm like, I don't think you can say that.
Don't think
you
so.
You shouldn't say that. You're the number 2 team in the country. You still obviously have a shot to get into the college football playoffs. We'll tell you what ESPN says about Miami and their chances coming up momentarily when they release.
How far do they drop? There's no way to know.
But you can't. Listen, man, you're quarterback of your team. You can't say that. You can't say it right
Not
after.
in a game where you've thrown 3 interceptions already.
No.
You don't have the benefit of the doubt.
If it's your one and only one, okay, fine, maybe. Even still, it's a bad look. You can't do it after you've thrown 4.
Especially if Georgia was like, you know what? Get out of here, interception machine. What did he throw last year? 1 billion interceptions for the Bulldogs?
Mm-hmm. Then he got hurt.
Like, this is his whole shtick, is being careless with the football, and now he wants to blame somebody else? I think you look at this with Carson Beck and Cam Ward, and Miami has spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Dollars.
And they even have spent a lot of money on Cam Ward and Carson Beck. And those are poor investments for guys with track records of turning the football over. So what are we supposed to act surprised when they lose a game because of a lot of interceptions? This is what those people do. It's what Miami does. It's what Mario Cristobal does.
Second half of the season, Mario Cristobal is very different than first half of the season.
Whoa, they're still number 9?
Miami.
Oh, my God, this playoff bracket.
Oh, blowing my mind right now,
They're
man.
going straight to a Carson Beck highlight reel. Did they watch the game on Friday?
I doubt it.
Let's keep up. Miami against Ole Miss. What a showdown that would be in this hypothetical bracket world.
Love hypothetical brackets. Love hypothetical games. The SEC,
by the way, the winner of that
undefeated
game
in hypotheticals.
So that would be Miami and Ole Miss playing for the right to take on Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. I wish both of them good fortune in the wars to come.
Yes, I do too. Hopefully that stands.
I would.
And we get one of those matches.
Lane Kiffin in L.A. What could go wrong?
Who knows? You
feel like
out
I've
in
seen
Pasadena,
that before.
what could go possibly
What
wrong?
could go right?
What were your other biggest takeaways, Austin? I did see your guys go Pokes. They made a coaching change middle of the season.
It's not great. You don't want to see that. And Colorado State relieving their head coach the week of the border war. So that's fun. A lot of people fired up for that rivalry this week now. They covered against Air Force.
All right.
Kudos to that. But the offense has been a complete disaster for Wyoming. So we don't have to talk about that, and we shouldn't. Nobody wants to hear about it here. They'd rather make fun of. Did you watch the James Franklin interview on Saturday?
No. Did I miss anything?
Just one of the strangest, rehabilitation attempts 1 week after getting fired that I
did
can remember.
see some clips where he said, well, we're just have to win a national championship elsewhere now.
So I haven't watched, really making fun of ESPN programming right now, but if they were billing this as such a exclusive interview, full insight, no holds barred, with James Franklin while he's sitting next to another client of his agent, Nick Saban, and clearly how this was orchestrated. But James Franklin is taking no ownership for what's happening to a program that again later on would lose again to Iowa, has not won a Big Ten game this season. And he's talking about that and saying he's going to go win a national championship. Meanwhile, right over his right shoulder is a sign that says Lane Kiffin poops standing up.
I think that's the best part about college football, right?
It's just, what a world. He could have just stayed at his own house and done that interview.
He didn't have to go live.
And been taken more seriously. But then we would have been robbed of those images.
What did you take away from the evening slate? Notre Dame, nice victory over USC. I did watch a lot of the not Wisconsin. I did watch the Wisconsin.
Did you watch that one?
Too. I watched that one. I did watch a lot of Washington and Michigan. Thought that was going to be a fun game. Tough day for DeMond Williams. Tough.
Yeah, not just when I thought Washington was back, and I was last week on the Buckeye Show with you. It's well, look out, Washington, Illinois. That could be a playoff play-in game in the fake projected brackets. It could be super important. And then Washington, I thought that three-headed monster the last couple weeks after Ohio State had looked really good. DeMond Williams, Jonah Coleman, Desmond Boston, Denzel Boston. I keep tripping over that one, but I'm self-corrected on that one. It didn't happen. Fell flat. And you just never know which Michigan team is going to show up, which I think has got to be the part that you keep in the back of your mind. I know people around Columbus will, as you look at the last week of November. For sure. There are examples of them looking incredibly disjointed on offense, struggling on defense like they did at USC the week before. But there's also a world where they could put both of those things together at one time, and that becomes a real slugfest there in the last week of the regular season. So, Michigan looked good. I respect that Washington team, so I think that's a real win.
I do too. And then obviously Billy Napier got fired from Florida
after a win.
That doesn't happen very often.
This coaching carousel is spinning so fast. It's you know what? We can't even wait.
We're just we got to preempt.
Won a game. We got to do it right now. It doesn't matter what happened out there.
We got to preempt it. We got to go.
You just see these coaches getting fired left and right. I tell you,
it's nuts.
The job market this offseason is going to be truly insane, because there's also growing conversation about, remember when we said LSU was a fake contender all offseason?
Yes.
There is conversation going on about him getting fired and or wanting to leave Baton Rouge, and potentially
Nashville, Vandy, tough place to go and play and get a win.
Potentially we could be talking about down the road Penn State coach Brian Kelly.
Oh boy. I mean,
you think the jokes would write themselves for that?
Bring him into the conference. That would be fine. I would enjoy it.
Who says no?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Maybe Penn State, but I don't know if they will. No. Austin's second question of the day. We got a 2-pack of them. It revolves, 1, around the Ohio State special teams, and 2, Buckeye wide receiver Jeremiah Smith. We'll do that next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Do you feel the nip in the air? Oh, baby, people think summer's driving season. They're wrong. You spend more time in your car this time of year, taking your dirty, annoying kids to dirty, annoying things. Go see my friends at Germain Lexus. They have special rates as low as 4.49% on their most popular models, including the 2026 TX350. Lease a 2026 NX for as low as $449 per month. And if new isn't your thing, they have plenty of L certified inventory on the lot. Stop in and see them. Germain Lexus, Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today. Experience Buckeye Game Day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the Band Center and the Ohio State Home Locker Room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Blue skies, a bit of a breeze, and comfortable temperatures, low to mid-60s on this Tuesday. Increase in the clouds and chance of showers early tonight. Temperatures on Wednesday morning in the low 40s with plenty of clouds and it will be brisk. During the day Wednesday, not much improvement. Plenty of clouds, gusty winds, and highs only in the low to mid-50s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
If you still have a weird rash from jumping in Mirror Lake, we can be friends. This is the Buckeye Show.
Final segment for us this evening. Coming up here, bottom of the hour, we'll get you down to Dallas. That's where the Jackets are taking on the Stars. 8 o'clock face-off for them in that one. We here on the Buckeye Show, sponsored by our great friends over at CareSource and United Healthcare. Austin, we have one more number to give away this evening, which includes a pair of tickets to the Buckeye basketball exhibition game against the Bobcats of OU Sunday afternoon over the Shot. Why don't you fire that number at us?
This number will be 4.
Last hour was 5.
We dropped it down by 1. You got to be faster in hour number 2.
Quick on the trigger. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You're calling number 4. You get into Isaiah, and you will win the second pair of Skip Mossick's personal tickets to go watch the Buckeyes on Sunday. So get in there, get you the tickets transferred over, hopefully over here tonight. So all kinds of good stuff right there as we're looking at Ryan Day now on the NFL Network, not on the College Football Playoff Show.
I am so confused.
I am too.
Worlds are colliding.
No idea what's going on up there. Austin, I thought it was a really good 2-pack of questions that you had for questions of the day. One involving the Ohio State special teams, and then one involving Jeremiah Smith and his coverage that he's been getting double and triple teamed on. So whichever one you want to start with.
Yeah,
we can play ball.
A lot of people have been asking about punting success, punting distance, net punting average, punt coverage. There's just this notion that Ohio State could or should be doing better than what Joe McGuire offers. And while I don't disagree with that necessarily on its face, I think the suggestion has been, well, why not try the other guy? Nick McClarty has this reputation for a huge leg. He can just go boom at 60 to 70 yards.
It's either that or it's bad, right?
Yeah, it's been
one or the other, feast or famine.
And I've said that going back to training camp, in that but it isn't just a matter, and I think that's maybe there's more context to add to the conversation that maybe I wasn't providing or wasn't quite as clear to me a couple months ago. This isn't just a matter of Nick McClarty could hit it 10 yards or 70, and why would Ohio State not take the risk of hitting a long one to really flip the field? The conversation is more about, can Nick McClarty get the punt off at all? So it's a timing matter. You know, when you bring some of these guys in from Australia, and the Pro Kick Australia factory doesn't really exist anymore. They ran into a bit of tax issues down there.
I didn't know that.
So, some of this has been shuttered, and some of the experience is not the same. And the results have been mixed. And so it's not that they don't think that Nick McClarty has a big leg or that he could average more yards per punt than Joe McGuire. It is the risk for them is he's going to get it off or not get it off. It's a timing matter, getting the ball to the foot, not what happens after that. So that's why Joe McGuire continues to be the punter for Ohio State. The competition and the evaluations are ongoing. Now, right up before the Illinois game, my understanding is that Ohio State was ready to give him a shot in a game situation.
Okay.
And then the Thursday before, the last practice of the week, the same timing issues popped up again, and Ohio State did not feel like they could take that chance. And
bad timing.
I completely understand that. Like, I don't think that is a necessary risk. And I think, so the other part of this is that national punting averages are actually down across the country this year. And that's, again, not to justify that Ohio State can't do better, shouldn't try and do better with punter recruitment or punter development. But
because they're not doing it a lot. So when they do punt, you expect it to be good.
But that's also what makes it difficult to recruit punters. They are trying to show what they can do and impress NFL scouts and get to the next level. And if you're punting 18 times for the most explosive offense in the country and a team that's the most efficient offense in the country or among them, and is limiting possessions and not punting very often, you're not going to get a lot of stuff to do.
Right.
You're not going to perfect your craft that often. So, again, that's not an excuse. It's an explanation. Ohio State right now has given up 3 punt return yards this season.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. So they don't need necessarily someone to hit it 49 yards and then maybe give up 5 to 10 yards in return to be right where they're at. They're kicking it 40 to 41, 42 yards pretty consistently, and they're covering it and not giving up yardage. That's all they need. They have the best defense in the country and the most efficient offense. They just need to not make major mistakes on special teams, and that's why I think they're pretty content to stick with that status quo throughout the rest of the year. That's maybe the only spot on Ohio State's roster where you'd ever say, you can be number 66 in the country, and that's fine.
And it's acceptable, right?
Yeah.
They're probably not saying that in practice.
Not saying it in practice. Not the standard in the Woody, and the standard is the standard. But I bet if you injected some of that truth serum into Ryan Day and you said you can be number 66 in the country in net punting and you're going to give up less than 1 yard per game on punt returns, you say,
yeah, it's fine.
Give me that.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I think it's fine. Jeremiah Smith, the question involving him, Austin, and the amount of double and triple team coverage that he's getting, and how much is that actually helping out this Buckeye offense?
Yeah, there's a notion that Jeremiah Smith is not producing enough, which I think is off base. Now, is he capable of doing more? Yeah, he is. That's the crazy thing about how good he is. But he's slightly ahead of the clip in terms of receptions than he was a year ago. He's got 49 through 7 games this year. He had 35 through 7 games last year. I think the difference in yardage, he was 623 through 7 games last year. He's at 609 right now. 9 total touchdowns a year ago through 7 games, 8 total touchdowns through 7
Pretty
games.
close, comparable.
It's basically the exact same, except now he's also commanding double and triple team coverage. So he's doing that with a higher degree of difficulty, and he's doing it while knowing that there's success for Carnell Tate. There's growing opportunities for Max Clare. You see Bo Jackson getting involved.
Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham.
That's right, as a threat out of the passing attack. If teams are going to continue to double or shade even a third person over to Jeremiah Smith, then all the rest of his teammates are going to eat. And I think that he's okay. The frustration he has shown during games is not about his usage. It is not about, it is to some extent about the way he's being covered. Like, no one wants to do that on every single snap. But he, in his mind, is trying to figure out a way to beat double coverage so that he can still have
or triple team coverage.
9 catches a game, which he did against Wisconsin. And that's in addition to what Carnell Tate did. So he's had a few drops this year, plays that he expects himself to make more than he did a year ago. I think that's where you've seen some of that frustration boil over. But before games, after games, I talked to him after the Illinois game, talked to him after the Minnesota game. When he had the Illabuck in his hands, he is beaming. Like, he's having a good time, and he wants to win games. And every receiver deep down wants every target to come their way. But Jeremiah Smith, like, that selflessness, and it's a quote-unquote sacrifice because he's still getting the football more this year than he was last year, helps the rest of the Ohio State offense, and it has a trickle down to the rest of the locker room. I think he deserves a lot of credit for that.
If you're wondering, too, about Julian Sayin compared to Will Howard, I saw this a little bit earlier today. 2024, Will Howard, through 7 games, had 1,795 passing yards, 14 passing touchdowns, 4 picks, and a 74.7% completion percentage. Julian Sayin, as of now, he has 1,872 passing yards, which is almost 100 yards more than what Will Howard had at this point. 19 passing touchdowns, which is 5 more than what Will had at this point of the season last year. 3 interceptions compared to Will Howard's 4. And then 80% on the completion percentage factor. Again, I think this is, we talk so much during this offseason and what an offense would look like with Julian Sayin or Lincoln Kienholz. This is about as good as you could possibly want through his first 7 games of a career. It could not be going any better for the Buckeye offense right now.
It's unprecedented what he's doing. I mean, not just for someone who's in their 7th career start, but like any college football quarterback. 80% completion percentage. You can line up most college football quarterbacks and have them go throw routes on air, and they're going to struggle to hit that. It's difficult. Timing, down the field, everything. Like, it's hard to do, and what he's doing is off the charts.
Absolutely it is. What are you doing for the bye week? I know what you're doing for the bye week.
You do?
I do.
Getting on a bird with Liberty and Alley tomorrow morning, and we are heading to the most magical place on earth.
Have fun trick-or-treating on Thursday down at Disney.
We've never been to Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party, so fired up for that one. Bye week just happened to, I called it a bye week, and I'm so ashamed of myself. Off week.
Come on.
I haven't done that.
Put the fine money in the jar.
I'm out of here.
Austin, have a great time.
Yeah.
Have a great
We're excited
vacation.
for this off week.
Not the bye week. Everybody have an awesome night. I'm off the rest of the week, too. We got Jackets hockey up next on The Fan.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio